Start early.
Cool. All right. I think we are live. Jason, you want to help me check if we're live? On Stealth and also YouTube. How's everyone doing in the house? Let me know in the comment section below, friends. We're just making sure that everything is working properly as we prepare for our masterclass today. Super excited. I haven't been on one of these for what? How long has it been, Jason? Couple months. And this has been always one of the things that everyone's asking about. Hey, Wilson, when are you going to do your next live masterclass? I'm like, you know what? I'm super busy. We just was advising for the public company and then also a few different advisory boards I'm on. It's just sucking up so much of my time and my current students that I need to make sure that I give attention to. So which is the reason why I haven't seen you guys for a bit. Working really hard behind the scenes to make sure that we continue to develop good content for you guys, deliver value. Actually, speaking of which, I'd love to know, where are you guys from right now? Does it work? Sorry? Start webinar right here?
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Let me know when we are online, when you guys can hear me. Doing good. Ice G, how's it going, Ice G? Power of Music, we're fine watching you speak in Jamaica. You know what? I've never been to Jamaica at all. Would love to go sometime soon. Not soon, but you know. All right. Houston, and hello everyone. Guys, just to let you guys know, we actually have 2 live broadcasts happening at the same time right now. One's going to be straight from YouTube Live, and then the other is on our other platform, Stealth Webinar. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know what's up, what's going on. All right. Are the Stealth Webinar guys on? Do we see their comments? Yeah? Do I see their comments? I don't see them? Okay. Awesome stuff. Good stuff. Guys, I'm just going to let a few of the remainder of the people. Wow, we have over 100 people attending. That's super cool. Thank you guys for joining. Like I was saying, I was sharing a little bit earlier, I am not able to attend these and host these masterclasses as much as I want to because I'm just spread out super thin, advising for multiple different companies. Earlier in the quarter, we were advising for Plant Vita, which is a publicly traded company, and that's a lot of work. And on top of that, all my students that I need to make sure I attend to, help them with their business, consult and whatnot, and which is the reason why I'm not able to do as many of these free masterclass for you as I really want to. But now you're here. Now you're lucky. Now you're going to be able to learn a lot from this presentation in the next hour and a half. So I'm really excited to actually do this again with you guys. It's always a lot of fun. So let me know in the chat, guys, where are you guys from? Let me know where you guys are from. And by the way, I am going a little bit blind here. What I mean by that is I cannot see your comments as in real time. There's a big lag in between, around 4 to 5 seconds. So please do me a favor, guys. When I ask a question, make sure you guys engage, because that's the only way you're going to be able to take a lot of value away from this presentation, is when you are engaged, when you are learning. And I would have so much more fun delivering this presentation to help you guys out. So I'm super excited, guys. Beautiful. We will start in the next minute or 2 minutes, okay? Lots of exciting things to share with you guys, and I'm super stoked. Super, super stoked. Hello, hello, friends. Beautiful. Love to see people from all parts of the world. Wow. Houston, Boston, Texas, Jamaica. Beautiful. Vietnam, Argentina, Canada. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, we're gonna have a live Q&A session at the end of this whole presentation. So make sure that you guys, when you guys have questions, throw it into the chat right now. And throughout the whole presentation, I might not be able to answer your questions right away. However, we have two mods in the house today. We have Jason and Carrie, who is actually gonna be compiling all your questions, and I'm gonna be answering them at the end of the presentation, because I need to make sure that I carry through this whole presentation and not get disturbed, and make sure that I actually focus on the train of thought and to make sure I deliver great content for you guys. So if you guys have questions, make sure you guys throw them in the chat, stay until the end, and I'm gonna answer it all for you towards the end. Hello, Wilson and team, your videos has been great for me in Singapore. I love my fans in Singapore. They are always super nice. Actually, speaking of which, we actually had a fan flew in from Singapore just to visit. So that was something that was really, really fun. We actually recorded a video on this on our interview. What was her name? Do you recall? No? Do you recall that person that flew in? We had that chat?
Brunei.
Brunei. Oh, Brunei. What's her name? Damn it. We should remember. But hey guys, keep in mind we have over 80,000 subscribers and fans from all over around the world. So you know what? Cut us some slack. Anyways, Jason here cosplaying as Wilson to chat with you guys. Beautiful, guys. Been learning quite a lot from you guys from Indonesia. Thank you so much, guys. Anyways, you know what? We're gonna dive straight into the presentation. You're not gonna see this beautiful face anymore. So if you guys want to, make sure you guys screenshot this, because we're gonna dive right into the presentation. Now, without further ado, let's play. Ta-da! Are we good? Are we good? Do you see my presentation? Do you see my beautiful face gone? Let me know, Jason. Beautiful, beautiful, guys. Awesome stuff. All right, guys. So there's going to be a lot of exciting strategies for you guys to take in the next few minutes that we're going to be having together. I'm going to walk you guys through how to quickly turn a new restaurant into a booming franchise with multiple locations. Yes, that is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So make sure you guys take lots of free notes, because of the trends that's happening in the world right now. What can you do? You get more free rent. You're going to be able to hire less staff. And on top of that, you're going to avoid a lot of unnecessary costs, which I'll dive into how in just a second. Now, it doesn't really matter where you are within your journey. If you only have an idea to bring to your city, or you know what? It's okay if you don't have an idea. Let me know. Do you have an idea for a restaurant to bring into your city? And what is that concept that you want to bring into your place? What do you hope? If there's one thing that you would like to take away from this presentation, just one thing, guys, you cannot get greedy, okay? One thing that you want to take away from this presentation. What is that one thing you want to learn the most? Let me know in the comment section, okay? And if we do not cover those in this presentation, I will cover it at the end of the presentation in the live Q&A. So then that way I make sure that your investment of time here is worthwhile, that I answer all your questions. That's my commitment to you guys. So go ahead in the comment section below, let me know what is your restaurant concept and what is that one thing you want to learn the most. All right. Now, with what I'm about to share with you guys, I'm going to be walking you through a blueprint on how to transform your food and beverage idea into a profitable restaurant. Something I'm going to be sharing with you guys today you can use if you want to open any of these type of restaurant, guys. I know we have a vast and variety of followers that follow me. Whether you want to have a fast food restaurant, a bistro, takeout restaurant, quick service restaurants, sit-down restaurant, coffee shop, bubble tea shop. Bubble tea shop is huge, guys. Dessert shop, right? If you want to open any of these, guys, or if you already have a business and you want to take things to the next level, then guys, buckle up, because this masterclass is for you. Now, before we get started, for those of you that don't really know me, I know majority of you guys know me already. You guys follow me on YouTube. But if you don't know me already, I'm going to just take a few minutes, introduce myself, make sure your time is worthwhile. My name is Wilson K. Lee, and I've been building my own food businesses for more than around 10 years now. And if you're in Vancouver, there's a great chance you've probably heard of me or been to one of my ice cream shop called 720 Sweets. Now, this is an ice cream shop that I started a few years back, okay? Since then, 720 Sweets, we've won multiple awards. We collaborated with big brands like Nespresso, Vitasoy, and we've also been featured in dozens of major publications. And guys, we're one of the go-to places for ice cream in Vancouver. Now, what most people don't know is that we actually have 7 locations. I'm not sure if you guys know. Spanning from Vancouver, Edmonton, Beijing, and actually, right now, Australia and the Philippines as well, soon to be. We also had a wholesale distribution of our products and TNT, which is owned by one of the largest companies in the world, Loblaws. And recently, actually in the last year, we sold this entire franchise. Now, here's the thing, guys. A lot of you guys here might think that starting a franchise-ready restaurant would take a long time, years, decades. Well, guys, I'm just here to share with you guys the timeline of how long it took me to start and go from my first location to actually going international, reach profit, start other locations from September 2015 to September 2018. 3 years. How many of you guys think that's pretty good for someone who has zero experience in the franchise industry? How many of you guys would be happy with this type of results as well? Great stuff, guys. Well, by the end of this training, you'll know how you can get similar results as well, because I'm going to be uncovering the exact same strategies that I've used to achieve the results like that you're seeing. Now, beyond 720 Sweets, I also run 3 bubble tea shops in one of the biggest marketplaces in Vancouver called the Richmond Night Market. It's a huge event, guys. Literally hundreds of thousands of people come through the doors every single year. And on our best days, guys, our bubble tea shops, we make over $30,000 in sales one single day. That's a lot of bubble teas, let's just put it that way. And recently, my YouTube channel, we passed the 80,000 subscriber mark. Hands up, kudos to you, Jason. Any subscribers in the house, let me know. How many of you guys are actually subscribers in the house? I would want to know, like, are you guys fans or not? If you guys are here, thank you. Thank you so much for being one of our true supporters, because that just makes our content production so much more worth it, because we know we're not speaking to numbers, we're speaking to people. And I want and I will continue to help you along the journey as long as you're willing to learn. Now, because of my vast experience in the food industry, I also sit on the board of several food businesses, including Plant Vita. This is a publicly traded company that makes plant-based dairy products. I love this company because it really fits into my lifestyle and truly my values. And it is super exciting to be able to advise for a publicly traded company, because you know what? It's so cool. You get to see behind the scenes, under the hood of what's going on. So something that I'd love to share with you guys as well. Now, because of my contribution in the food world, I've also won several awards, such as BC Top 30 Under 30, Top 10 Emerging Entrepreneur, Young Entrepreneur of the Year award. Guys, I'm not boasting to you guys. Long story short, I've built up a very strong reputation in Vancouver, and now I want to expand and grow my brand to all of North America. And that's the reason why I'm sharing the training that you're about to see today. Does that make sense? Is that good enough for you guys? Yeah? Okay, beautiful, friends. All right, now with all these food businesses, it might seem like that I'm a workaholic. Yes, but no. In reality, I'm not a workaholic, because work-life balance is one of my core values, guys. I love traveling. I love my friends, because in the end, I truly believe nothing in life is more meaningful than the relationships that you have with the people that you love. Truly, that is my motto. I mean, what's the reason of you wanting to have your own food business, friends? Why? It's so we can do what we love. Work on our own terms. Spend it with the people we love. And for me, I built my businesses so that way I can spend it with my family. That's what I want to do. I want to grow up with my daughter. I want to see her in every single of her milestones. This is my wife. This is my daughter, Jordan, Cassandra. These are my high school friends who I'm still very close with. And these are my parents who I just had lunch with and that I see every week now. But let me ask you guys a question. What type of life do most people in the food industry have, guys? What type of life do you think they have? And I'm sure you know already. Most people in the food industry have no balance at all. Zero. They work every night, every weekend, every holiday. But I'm telling you guys right now that it doesn't have to be this way. Okay? And with what you're about to see, you're going to be able to have a great restaurant business and still have work-life balance. How many of you guys think that would be pretty awesome? Yeah? How many of you guys want to be able to turn your food idea into a household name in your city? Just like how I did with my food business. But also have work-life balance. It's not going to be balanced at first, guys. I'm not giving you guys some empty promises. No. But with hard work and with what you're about to learn, guys, you're going to have so much more balance than majority of the people in this industry. That's the truth. Not only am I able to build my own food business, but along the way, I've also helped hundreds of other restaurant owners as well. Now, throughout my journey, I've also made a ton of mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the Midas touch. No. But luckily, I've also had a great amount of success because I've been through the ups and the downs of the industry. I totally know what it feels like for you to have a dream of selling your food, but at the same time, have so much doubt. I understand how that feels. So even though you're here today, guys, to learn how to start a successful restaurant, I know some of you guys might already be thinking, I'd love to start a restaurant, Wilson, but I don't have a lot of money. Guys, don't worry, because we're going to be talking about a way to start a restaurant without a lot of money. Or you might be in a situation where you're thinking, hey man, I have a great restaurant idea, I have some money saved up, but I just can't find the perfect location. Once again, don't worry, friends. I promise you that you will have the best location after today's training as well. Or you could be someone that's like, you know what? I have the perfect idea, but you just need to know where to start, how to start, because there's literally nowhere you can turn to learn how to start a restaurant. Now, if this is you, friends, raise your hand up and let me know you are in the right place. Raise your hand up if that is you, because I'm going to be sharing you exactly what to focus on. So then that way you have a good idea of where to start. Let me know. Great stuff, friends. Now, in case you're thinking about any of these guys, these are super valid concerns. I empathize with you. I understand when you want to start a restaurant. And it's super easy to fall into this trap of thinking, with all these hurdles, these challenges, do I really have what it takes to start a restaurant? Well, friends, I believe you can. As we go through this training today, guys, I'm going to show you how, with the unique approach that we have, it works for anyone, okay? With any type of restaurant idea, and I'm going to be able to help you through whatever unique struggle that you go through, because I've mentored hundreds of different students. I've consulted for hundreds of restaurant owners, and on top of that, I've ran my own restaurants at the same time. I'm going to show you how, in fact, guys, you can do this if you're willing to follow a certain set of strategies. You must be coachable. That's what it takes, okay? Let me know if you guys are coachable in the comment section below, guys. Because if I share stuff with you and if you don't do it, that's the biggest drawback, because people have limiting beliefs. They do not believe they can do it. And if they don't believe, then they cannot do it, which is the reason why you must follow a certain set of strategies in order for you to succeed. If you're a person, guys, who is willing to learn, put in the work, Okay? You don't need to work for someone else for the rest of your life. No, you don't need to do that. You can live every day doing something that you're passionate about. Work on something that you can be proud of, something that you can call your own. You can have a dream life, guys, where you work your own hours at your restaurant. Not some crazy hours slaving away for a corporate location. No, you can have your own space where you decorate with all your freedom, your spirit, your own style, your own character. You can feel at home at this place. You can share with other people. You can hang out with your friends, invite your families over, and have a great time. You can be a respected business owner at the same time and be the talk of your town whenever someone thinks about your food category. Guys, the person who applies what I teach today with the ACE formula will be able to live this life. I am walking proof. Okay, so get ready, take lots of notes, because today we're going to be covering how do you get your free month's rent when starting a restaurant. The one thing you need to get all your money related roadblocks all cleared up when you're starting your restaurant. The overlooked way to get 30 to 50% more sales. Guys, I'm talking about executionable, actionable strategies that you can use when you don't have the perfect location. How you can strategically get customers to have an unconscious behavior of picking your restaurant over others every single time. And how to use the ACE formula to make building a successful restaurant simple. So much more, guys. Now, before we dive all into this, let's just talk about where the restaurant industry is at as a whole. Now, obviously, a lot of industries got hit hard. I mean hard, because of what happened in the world. And I know some of you guys are probably wondering, hey Wilson, is this really the right time to start opening a restaurant or even plan to? Well, guys, if you asked me this a few months ago, I probably would say, you know what? Maybe no. But now things are looking good. Okay, and I say this for a few reasons. Because people are sick and tired of staying at home. Hands up, those of you guys that have got yourself vaccinated. Hands up. How many of you guys, as soon as you got vaccinated, you went out to eat? Hands up. We have seen a huge uptake on restaurants that are opening up right now. Restaurants are literally being booked up for weeks as soon as they were open. People are just sick and tired of staying at home because, you know what? People need to go out. And secondly, landlords, they need new tenants. Well, we know why already. Then lastly, bank loans are super cheap. Now, keep in mind also, the restaurant business isn't something that you can start today or decide to start today and open up next week. It doesn't work like that with restaurants. No, you need at least, guys, write this down, at least 6 to 18 months, okay, to plan things out, get a good location, and then most people are going to be either vaccinated or we're going to be able to have herd immunity, and things will definitely go back to normal. We are seeing a big trend in this shift right now. This is what we're seeing. And that's why the time to start is right now, whether it's to start leasing a restaurant or to start planning. This is the moment. Now that you know where the industry is at right now, how many of you guys would like to know the strategies you can use to start your very own restaurant with much more success? Hands up, friends, hands up. Because I'm going to be walking you guys through the 3-stage formula to building a successful restaurant. And I call that the ACE formula. Put it in the comment section below, guys. ACE formula. Let's see those ACE formula in the chat. Beautiful, guys. This is my go-to formula whenever I start any of my own restaurants or whenever I'm consulting with people. So this is my go-to formula because it's just so easy to remember and it works. That's the reason why I call it the ACE formula. Now, are you guys ready to dive into what it means? Beautiful. All right. A is for align, guys, and amaze. Align and amaze. This stage is all about aligning with what your customers actually want. Huge, huge, huge. What your customers actually want. Write this down. Second, C is for connect. This stage is all about connecting with your target market at the right location, guys. Your target market at the right location. Once again, write this down. This is key. And last one is for explode. E is for explode. Once you have a line and connect in place, it is time for you to explode in revenue. What does this stage mean? This is a series of strategies that few restaurants ever get right. But you'll see in a second why they are so critical to your success. I'm going to share all these strategies with you. So lots and lots of golden nuggets for you. All right, let's dive deeper into today's formula and go through what it means for each one of these 3 steps. Let me know if you guys are ready to go ahead. Let me know. All right. I love the excitement in the room. So the A is for align and amaze. If you guys are here today, guys, I am guessing you already have a idea for your restaurant. Put yes in the chat, guys, if you have an idea for your restaurant already. I've seen a lot of people have ideas earlier. Let me know if you guys have an idea for your restaurant already. Because if this case, the first thing you want to do is a shift in your mindset. Now, here is what I mean. So many restaurant owners think, if my food is good, I'll do great. Because that's what everyone says. Quality is everything. People will start coming back as long as my food is great. This might be the case if you're in a small town and if you don't have too much competition. Yes, this might be true. However, guys, if you're in the city, having good tasting food is not enough for you to compete. Truly, it is not enough for you to compete if you have good tasting food. Guys, we live in an amazing time to be a restaurant owner because in today's world, you can talk to customers on social media. You can reach customers through food apps, guys, which we'll talk and dive into in a bit. And in today's world, people just don't cook as much. No, for instance, guys, me and my wife, we eat out at least 3 to 4 times every single week because we have a kid, we have work, we're busy. So she doesn't really like cooking. And even if she does, she just doesn't have the time for that. And I clearly don't cook, okay? People nowadays, they just eat out a lot more often. And these are all advantages that you have that restaurant owners in the past, they never had this. The wave was never at our back as restaurant owners when we first began. No. Guys, we also live in a world that you have a lot more competition as well. So as much as it's great to have this wave in behind your back, a lot of people are riding on the same wave. So in today's world, just having good food is not enough. We need to have a mindset where we want to align and amaze the customer in every way possible. Align and amaze. You might be confused, but here's the good news. It's super easy for you to amaze your customers. You just need to invest the time and be intentful. You need to put yourself in your customer's shoe. Be intentional about their entire experience, guys. This is what's going to set you apart from your competition. So what I mean by that, as the old saying goes, guys, the handshake of the host affects the taste of the roast. Write this down. Handshake of the host affects the taste of the roast. What does this mean? It means how you make your customers feel matters just as much, if not more, guys, than how good your food is. Let me explain. Let's do a quick exercise, guys, to create an amazing experience for your customers together. Take notes, take a screenshot, get your phone out, screenshot this, do whatever you need to. This, you need to make sure you remember, okay? Copy this list down. I'll give you guys a few minutes, okay? Copy this list down and we'll go through a quick exercise together to illustrate what it means to create an amazing experience for your restaurant. And let me know when you guys are done, okay? Whether it's screenshot, copying notes, or taking a photo. Let me know in the comment section below when you are done. All right. Seems like you guys are quick learners. All right, this is a list of all the major steps of the customer's journey that you are going to have an opportunity to provide great impression and a great service. So what do I mean by that, guys? Well, the entrance of your restaurant, the outside, inside, when your customers first approach you, what experience do you want to deliver? Do you want a greeter? Do you want your restaurant to be easy to find? Or is your customer going to have a hard time trying to look for your restaurant? They're going to be walking around the block 2-3 times just to find out your restaurant is just tucked into a little corner. Is that the type of restaurant you want to be in? The waiting area, when they walk in, do you want them to wait in an area with seating, with good music, with a warm cup of tea? Or do you want them to just stand around? What is that experience like? How would your guests be greeted or seated and brought to their table? What is that experience like? How are you going to be able to explain your menu to your customers? How are you going to be able to take their orders? The experience of waiting for the order. How long do you want them to wait for? The experience of bringing the food to the restaurant, checking in with the guests. How many times do you actually check in? And when you do, what do you say? Guys, you gotta be super intentful with each and every single one of these experiences and not leave any of these experiences to chance. I repeat, do not leave any of these experiences to chance, because so many of us, when we first create a restaurant, we neglect these experiences. We oversee it. From the bathroom experience, a lot of people forget this one, or even they just neglected it. It's not even in their mind at all. But almost every customer, they go to their restaurant and they go to the washroom for sure. That's like a must-hit spot almost for everyone. And if you don't give them a good feeling, and if they feel like it's dirty, things are not being taken care of, there's no decor inside, you put it as storage, what does it show for you as a restaurant owner? What does it show for you as a restaurant delivering an experience? It shows a lot. It shows neglect, it shows care, it shows nurturement, it shows a lot, friends. We always see these girls going to the washroom and taking photos of themselves. Why is that the case? They love hanging in the washroom. I don't understand why. But usually those are pretty good washrooms, okay? I don't get this. But the fact is, people pay attention to the bathroom experience. And that itself is something that is neglected by a lot of people. Is the hallway narrow? Is it dark? Is it looking and facing the kitchen? The experience of paying the bill, experience of leaving the restaurant, takeout experience. Guys, everything separated into smaller boxes, or is everything mixed together in a mash when they get home? We don't want to eat a mash. We paid like good dollars for our food and we go home, everything is mashed together. No, don't cheap out on the packaging boxes. Is there a small note that you leave with your customers? Welcome them to join you the next time. Write you a review. Touch up with them. Do you give extra sides? Surprise your customers. Guys, you might be thinking, you know what, Wilson, this list is so junior, it's so immature, it's so obvious. Well, guys, let me ask you a quick question. How many restaurants do you go to that have this experience right from the very beginning to the very end? How many restaurants do you go to where you don't nitpick at all with either their service, with their service time, customer experience, or follow up, or finding the restaurant? Guys, in my personal experience, the only time for me, whenever I have these type of top-notch experience, these experience where I'm like, wow, that was a great experience, that was great food, wow, I would want to go back again. Usually it's either at these bigger restaurant chains, high-end restaurants, or it's the little ones that truly understand the power of the customer journey. And that's precisely the reason why they're successful, guys. It is precisely why they're successful, because they align and amaze every single time. You don't even need a big budget to create an amazing experience. Guys, no. That's the beautiful thing about this strategy, is because it does not require much budget. What does it require? Let me know in the chat. What do you think this requires? What does this amaze and align experience require you as a restaurant owner? And don't write budget, because that is so not true, okay? I can prove so many ways for a restaurant or a food establishment with no budget to deliver the same quality of experience, okay? So don't say budget. Yeah, you just need to be intentful. You need to put your heart. You just need to care, guys. Just care. Be intentful with every single interaction. If you guys get stuck, guys, here is a pro tip of how you can do it. First of all, survey your customers. Survey your customers. And this is a typo, guys. At 720 Sweets, we didn't just do 200 surveys. No, we did over 2,000 surveys to really get to know who our customers are. What are they like? What do they not like? Why do they come back? Why do they tell a friend about our ice cream shop? Or why do they not tell a friend, etc. and etc. When you survey your customers, guys, you're going to get a ton of insight on areas where you can improve, areas that people pay attention to, specifically your customers. And honestly, that is what matters. Not what I say and what not my mom, my dad has to say about your restaurant, but your customers have to say about your restaurant. Does that make any sense? Beautiful, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Are you guys still awake? Are you guys with me? Are you guys ready for C, which stands for connect? Guys, what does C stand for? Let me know in the chat, what does C stand for? All right. After you have a plan, guys, to align with your customers, you need to think about how to connect with your customers and with the right location. That's what we need to do. Guys, now here's the thing you need to remember when finding a good location. The right location, guys, is the fact that the perfect location, it does not exist. Now, I say this because I see so many restaurant owners, they get stuck, majorly stuck in this phase. They get stuck for years trying to find the perfect place. Now, let's be real, guys. The perfect location does not exist, because I personally opened up 7 locations myself, let alone the dozens of other restaurant locations that I help open up as well. For 720 Sweets, guys, when we open up the 7 locations, trust me, here's typically what happens. We find a good location that I want. Everything is perfect about it, but it is too expensive. So it is not perfect. We find another right place. Good pricing, good location, but it is too small for our operation. Now, if it's the right price, right size, then it would be in the wrong neighborhood, guys, or it's something else altogether. The whole point that I'm sharing with you guys is that if you're stuck on the location for just a bit too long, then maybe location is not the problem. Location is not the problem. Think about it this way. Think about finding your perfect location like finding the perfect spouse, your husband, your wife. Does the perfect husband ever exist? Yes, I'm living proof. No. Guys, no, there is no perfect person out there. No, if you guys ever dated around and if you met, quote unquote, the perfect person, what happens over time? You start seeing flaws. You start seeing things you don't like. You guys start having conflict. Okay? And even though I love my wife, we have been married for 3-4 years. We dated over for 10 years. We have 2 children together. Even though I love her with all my life, she is not perfect. She still farts in my face, guys. If you know someone long enough, you're going to find things about them that you just don't like. And you're going to realize that no one is perfect. They're going to have some bad habits. They're going to have emotional trauma in the past, or whatever it is, guys. There is always something. The reality is that the success in a restaurant business has a lot less to do with the location than you think. Because now we live in the new world. Now, what do I mean by that? Guys, if you're the average restaurant, do you guys know how much of the percentage of your orders come from online? How much sales are generated from online? Any guesses on that? Any guesses on what is the percentage of sales that come from online? Some very good guesses. The sale number is from 30 to 50%. Our online orders through food apps like Uber Eats, Skip the Dishes, whatever it is. Now, if you ask me, guys, this is just the new norm. It's a new habit people are already forming. In fact, 20 million plus people order from Uber Eats every single month, guys. That's a lot of people. And that is precisely the reason why DoorDash is worth more than $66 billion, guys. That's a B, billion dollars. That's almost double the valuation of Twitter, which is also one of the biggest social media platforms of the world. So, with 30 to 50% of your orders coming from online, ask yourself this question. Does your location really matter that much? Does your location really matter that much? Yes, it does matter, but definitely nowhere as much as anything from before. Now, before, if you had a bad location, you were definitely at a real disadvantage, guys. You had very limited cap of how much you can actually make, because as a restaurant owner, you're limited to how many people actually order based upon your seating, how many walk by traffic. That is the key. Now that these food apps have completely changed the game of the restaurant industry, now you can actually have the opportunity to have the same number of people ordering from you as a restaurant in prime locations, all without you being in the prime location. That's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Are you guys starting to get it now? Are you guys starting to get that location really does not matter as much as before? But guys, location does matter. I'm just sharing with you that it's not a make it or break it, okay? You don't need to have a perfect location. You just need to have the right location. That's the whole point that I'm trying to make and share with you guys, that, you know what, too many of the myths are happening from before, from decades and decades of myth that is happening. And now in the last year or 2 years, things have really changed. And that's the point that I'm trying to drive home, is that your location matters. The right location matters the most. Now, write this down, take a screenshot, take a picture, whatever it is, okay? This is the 12-point dream location checklist. This is something that I go with every single time I choose out a location. Write this down. Let me know when you guys are ready. Let me know. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, you guys are fast. Now, to help you guys choose the right location, this is the same nature framework that I created. It's called the 12-point dream location checklist, okay? Now, if you look in the screen, you're gonna see the framework being broken down into 2 sets of criteria. Why is that the case? Well, we have the primary criteria and we have the secondary criteria. What does it mean? It means that the primary criteria are the ones that are the deal breakers, okay? These are the make it or break it criteria. These, if the items and the criteria that I list out in the primary does not work out, then does not matter how expensive, how cheap the location is, I am not going to consider it. These are the deal breakers, okay? Secondary criteria are the nice to haves. They are the icing on the cake. So, if you have a tie between locations, now you look at the secondary location, or the secondary criteria rather, to help you choose which one is right for you. Does that make any sense? All right, so do you guys want me to dive into a little bit more about each one of these criteria, just to share with you what it truly means? Nice. Beautiful. Okay. So, community. What I mean by community is, does your target market live in the area of your location? So what does that mean? That means if you are targeting office people, are you going to have your location nearby a neighborhood, or is it going to be near the downtown core, the financial district? This is where everyone works. That's what I mean by community. Identifying your target market and identifying where they live and where they are during those times. Concept. Does your location suit your food menu, your food idea, your food concept? So for example, in Vancouver, we have a street called Cambie Street, or Main Street rather. And Main Street is literally where you find all the vegan food. There's around 4 to 5 different concepts around Main area. And usually that's where all the health nuts goes. That's where all the hipsters are, because that's where they hang out. So your location must suit your food idea. Otherwise, if your location is all the way out of town or in downtown core or somewhere that we don't have this type of people looking for this type of food, then it doesn't matter how great your concept is. It's just not going to survive in that location. And finally, cash flow. With the location that you have in your mind, are you going to be able to cover minimum 4 months of rent with the cash that you're starting with? What does that mean? That means if you start with $0 in sale every single month, okay? If you're the worst business owner ever out there, you make 0 sales for 4 months, are you going to be able to survive? Let's say if rent was $2,000 a month, do you and can you afford $8,000 in cash as backup in your bank? Okay, ask yourself that question. This would allow you to dictate, is the rent too expensive for your appetite? Now, what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that you need $8,000 in the bank as like to just sit there. No, I just want you to make sure you have that as backup, because the biggest, guys, I repeat, the biggest reason why restaurants close down, go bankrupt, or for that matter, any business that closed down, is the lack of cash flow. Write this down. The lack of cash flow is what kills majority of businesses out there. Do you have enough cash flow to last you another month so you can make the business that you supposedly should? In the restaurant business, cash flow is king. Without cash flow, you basically don't have any blood going to your heart. With no blood going to the heart, you die. Exactly the same as a restaurant business. Now, secondary criteria, and by the way, guys, if any of these is a red flag, let's say the community is a red flag, concept is a red flag, cash flow is a red flag, then I go to a new restaurant location. I go to a new restaurant location altogether. Forget about it. It doesn't matter how cheap it is. If it does not fit into any of these, it is deal breaker. You must, I repeat, you must have all 3. Otherwise, it's just not going to work out. Now, if you have a tie, you have 2 locations that fit into this. I go to the secondary criteria to determine which location I'm going to choose. Something to consider would be your foot traffic. Does your location have enough walk-by foot traffic? Walk-by foot traffic does not mean and does not equate more sales. It means and equate to more potential sales. That's what a lot of people misses, okay? It's still your ability to convert them into paying customers. Competition. Does your location have good competition, or is it an overflux of competition? If it is open flux or like too much competition, that's a very big no-no. But if you have no competition, that is also a no-no, because, well, you know what? No one goes to that place. There's a reason why there's competition, is because there's a lot of people that like the stuff. That's why, you know what? People are hanging out in that area. You can have 1, you can have 2 or 3. for that matter, depending on how big your market is. Accessibility is the location that you have. Does it have parking or not? Crime rate. Does your location have low crime rate or high crime rate? Does it fit the demographic that you are targeting? For example, I would never bring my family to a high crime rate area for dinner because I don't want to get robbed in the middle of the night while walking my daughter, my wife, my pregnant wife actually, to the car and get robbed. I am going to be very, very sad. So therefore, I avoid those places. So if you're targeting people like me, a family, fine dining, whatever the case may be, probably not the best idea to have it in a high crime rate. Visibility, does your location, is it visible on the main streets nearby? Developments, zip codes, is your location in a wealthier area? Not every restaurant, guys, needs to be in the nicest area unless you're doing fine dining, okay? So try not to go to the most expensive places. It's really not about being expensive or not. It's really about, does it fit your needs? That itself is the secret, guys. Follow these criteria instead, okay? Make sure you guys write this down, take a picture of it, take a screenshot, do whatever you may with it. This is my gift to you guys. Make sure you guys write this down. This is pretty much what I share with all my consultation clients, guys. So yeah. Let me know if you guys are ready to move on. All right. Wow, we are already in step 3 before you know it. That's crazy, guys. Now, as a recap, guys, A stands for what? Align and amaze. You do this by designing a world-class customer journey. That's what you need to do. Step number 2, connect, find the right location, not the perfect location. Do not let finding a location be the reason that you don't start your restaurant. That is one of the craziest thing that always happens, is that people don't find the right location, therefore, or the perfect location, therefore they do not, and they put their dream on hold for years. I really, really feel sad about that for a lot of people. And lastly, I'm going to be talking about E in the ACE formula. This stands for explode. Explode in revenue. Now, tell me, guys, are you guys ready for some explosion in revenue strategies that I'm going to be dropping on you guys? Are you guys ready for this? I'm pretty excited about this. Sipping some water because this is going to be explosive, guys. Explosive. By the way, guys, how is the presentation so far? Let me know. Is it too fast? Am I talking too fast? Am I not explaining myself properly? Is this being clear or not? Let me know how you feel about the presentation so far. All right. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. Thank you. This is beautiful. Now, the best way to explode in revenue, guys, is by doing promotional campaigns. Now, I'm not talking about buying ads all the time. No, one of the best ways to get new customers to try you out and to get old customers coming back is by doing a lot of promotional campaigns. Now, what do I mean? In the case of 720 Sweets, every time we do a promotion, every time we do campaigns, we make literally thousands and sometimes tens of thousands of dollars in additional sales every single time. Not joking, you guys. And the best part is that they're cheap and they are free to run. Yes, all you need to know is how to do it. That's the only reason that a lot of people don't do this. Now, here's going to be some examples of campaigns that you should copy, that you should do for your restaurant as well. You're going to make sure that you want to try to write as much of them down as possible as I go over them. But I'm going to be going pretty fast, okay? So I'm going to be really dropping the gems on you right now. At the same time, while you guys are taking notes, I want you to think about how you can use the same strategy that I'm sharing with you on your own restaurant. That's the key. How are you going to be able to utilize what I share with you into your very own restaurant. Does that make sense? So make sure you guys have that in the back of your mind. Do not just look at what I'm sharing with you and you're like, wow, that's super cool. That's super cool. Super cool. No, that's not the point of me sharing this with you. I'm sharing it with you so you can take how I'm doing something and then apply it in your own business. Does that make any sense? All right. Let's get right into it. Now, first off, you can do brand collaboration campaigns. Here's just an example of a campaign that we did with Nespresso, guys. Are you guys familiar with Nespresso? Some people are, yeah. They're one of the biggest coffee companies in the world. So by doing this collab, it actually put us, a little brand, on the map. Being able to partner up with one of the largest coffee companies in the world, yeah, it definitely put us on the map. The tip here, guys, is that you want to collaborate with the biggest brand whatsoever in your area because it just makes you look so much more prestigious. It gives you reputation. It gives you a lot of social proof. Now, I have a framework to help you guys achieve this as well, but this is something that I'll dive into just in a second, okay? You can also do new flavor campaigns. Now, here's a campaign that we did with one of the biggest soy companies in the world. North America, it's called Vitasoy, okay? For some of you guys, this is a childhood drink. Actually, let me know, how many of you guys are familiar with this brand, Vitasoy? Guys, so whenever you guys want to add anything to a new twist to an existing food item, what do? You create a promotion around it, okay? New flavor, new promotion. Also, secondary avatar campaigns. When you start a restaurant, guys, you would only want to focus on one customer avatar. Guys, I repeat, focus on one customer avatar. Do everything that you can to serve that one customer. However, as you grow, as you develop, as you become stronger, this is the time when you can actually afford to target multiple different avatars. For us, one of them were corporate catering. Here's the one that we did with TD Bank, okay? One of the largest banks in North America. Now, the tip here, guys, is to focus on one avatar, not multiple. I've seen so many of my students, what do? They tell me, hey, Wilson, there's 3 opportunities for me right now. Wholesale is one of them, corporate ordering is one of them, and also direct to consumer is another one of them. I want to do all 3 of them. And I tell them, focus on one avatar first. Do it super well. Then when you're ready, run campaigns that attract your secondary avatar after that. Does that make any sense? Beautiful, beautiful. Just want to check in with you guys. Is this a good info so far? Are you guys okay with it? Are you guys doing okay? Let me see a yes in the chat if you guys are writing these ideas down and getting some good ideas for your very own restaurant concept. I'm gonna give you guys a few seconds to get caught up as I take a drink. And by the way, guys, if you have any questions, throw them into the chat. Just because I can't answer it right now does not mean I'm not gonna answer them. When am I gonna answer them? I'm gonna answer them at the end. We have a live Q&A. I'm gonna answer all your questions before I leave, okay? So let me know when you guys are ready to move on. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's keep going. Let's not let this stop. Food app campaigns. Okay, so remember when we were saying 30 to 50% restaurant business, they typically come from online food apps. Well, there are certain types of promotion that do better than others. For example, guys, BOGO promotions, buy one, get one free. They typically do very, very well with these apps. So here's the one that we did with Uber Eats, something that is worth considering. Here's another type of promotion that you can do, customer appreciation campaign. So this one, guys, you can do whatever you guys want to do here. All you have to do is to show your loyal customers that you appreciate their business. Once again, it's you showing your customers, the loyal ones, that you appreciate their business. Guys, for us, we bundled and discounted our most popular items. This is what you see on the screen, okay? These are the most popular items that we have. We bundle them, we discount them. And I remember this campaign. it made us a few extra $1,000 in sales right when we launched this. Super profitable campaign that we did. Now, actually, every time we did any type of campaign, it would draw at least a few thousand, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars in sales every single time we run them. Guys, so think about some ideas that you can do for the customer appreciation campaigns. Bundle and discount. Bundle and discount. Holiday campaigns. Halloween's coming up, guys. Whenever there's a holiday coming up, why don't we take advantage of it? What do we need to take advantage of? The relevancy. People like things that are in trend. People like things that are relevant. Here's an example of a holiday campaign that we did with 720 Sweets for Halloween. We did these every single month. It is a great way for you and your brand to stay top of mind on your customer's mind, and that precisely is the reason why they'll come and buy from you. It's because you stay top of mind. PR stunt campaign, guys. There's another idea. PR stunts, just do it. It's super great for you to get some news article. This is something that I also teach all the time. Free advertisement for you where that's worth thousands of dollars. For us, we took advantage of 420. Now, for those of you that don't understand or that don't know what 420 means, 420 happens on April 20th and it celebrates International Cannabis Day. And in Canada, specifically in Vancouver, we're huge on cannabis. So that's the reason why we created this green minted flavor ice cream. We actually didn't have any cannabis in there, but you know what? We created it and made it so it seems like we had cannabis infused, but we never said yes or no. We never denied or confirmed. Then what did we do? We emailed a dozen news outlets. We got picked up by one, and then the rest carried on. This gave us free advertisement throughout that entire week. So for you, do a PR stunt that you have to know what the news like to cover. You need to understand what is a good talking point. This is something, once again, that I teach as well. Now, if I could brag for a second here, guys, this is actually one of my biggest specialty. Something that I'm really good at is getting that brand awareness. I've been able to get featured in the news dozens of times throughout my career. So if you guys have been following me, you see that I regularly get press coverage. Now I can show you guys more in just a second if you guys are interested in this. Now write down some ideas that you can do in your city, okay? Write down some ideas that you can do as a PR stunt in your own city. Go ahead and do that right now, please, for me. Thank you. Awesome stuff. Guys, I'm just running a little bit out of breath. How many of you guys are getting some new ideas? Let me know. How many of you guys think that this is some really awesome stuff, very, very valuable stuff? I would also like to know. Yeah? Beautiful. Tell me one thing that you guys have learned so far. One thing that you have been taking away, the most valuable thing that you're taking away. Let me know in the comment section below. Wow, you guys are freaking bombing the comment section. Top tier value, beautiful. Did I just read that someone is telling me to go faster? You guys are insane. You guys are telling me to go faster. I'm already like going at 20 miles an hour speed. I'm going at 1.5 times the speed for you guys out there. Holy. Out of breath. But you know what? We're good. We're actually done way more campaigns than what I'm sharing with you guys, but I'll just wrap up with one more before your head explodes, before my lungs explode. Charity fundraiser campaigns. Now, these are the type of campaigns that won't make you super profitable because we are fundraising for charity. Now, these campaigns are a great way for you to get some news media outlet. News love to cover this. And at the same time, it is also a great way to show your customers what you care about, align your values, and basically being able to attract people that are having the like-minded values as well. It's a great way for you to bring your team together for a bigger cause. This is the whole purpose of it, guys. Not only is it for your customers, but also for your internal team building. Here's just an example that we did for a charity campaign with the Vancouver NHL team, the Vancouver Canucks. We raised some funding for them. Again, guys, if you can't tell already, when we collaborate with brands like Nespresso, Vitasoy, TD, NHL teams, we elevate our brand every step of the way. Guys, we're just a normal, stupid ice cream shop. Really, when it comes down to it. But we position ourselves like one of the big dogs. We position ourselves with these multi-billion-dollar brands. And every customer wants to associate with a cool brand. You would want to do this as much as possible because it gives you the trust, it gives you your brand awareness. Now, another pro tip, guys. When you guys are doing campaigns, try to do a campaign that's going to get the same customers to come back 3 times. I repeat, try to get the same customer to come back for 3 times. Why 3 times? Well, studies have shown that customers will never go to the same restaurant 3 times if they had a bad experience. So once you get them to come in and have a great experience 3 times in a row, what happens? Something magical happens. You have formed a habit. That's the secret. Once a habit is formed, whenever someone says to themselves, you know what, I want some ice cream, or I feel like something cool, I feel like some dessert, whatever your food item is, guys, your restaurant comes to mind. Does that make any sense? So, always try to get your customers to come back to you at least 3 times. That's the magic number, guys. What is the magic number? Let me know in the chat. What is the magic number? 3 times is the magic number. So, to sum everything that we have covered today, now you know the big industry trends that's happening right now and the opportunities for you. We've just learned how to dig deep into who your target market is. We figured out how to create the ultimate customer experience by you being super intentional with every single step of the customer journey. We dug deep into how costly it is when you screw up in the restaurant industry. Guys, this has costed me a simple mistake, guys. I always come back to this story. I spent $30,000 on a very, very simple mistake that I wish I had known about. Another story for another time. Why you don't need the perfect location? What do you need, guys? You need the right location. Why you don't need to get your customers coming back 3 times? Well, that's the only times you need, because that's when you get a customer for life. How are you going to be able to get your customers to come back again and again? Through different types of campaigns and so much more that I just shared with you guys today. So when it comes to starting your own restaurant, guys, there's money on the line. You're going to get your family, your friends involved. You're going to have a partner. There are probably a ton of questions that you have where you just don't have answers to. And starting a business might just not be something you just have a lot of experience in. And it is okay, guys. There are so many ways to make mistakes when you're starting a restaurant. So many mistakes. I'm not even trying to scare you guys. And as you probably know, mistakes are super costly in the restaurant world. One stupid mistake, 30 grand. Another stupid mistake, couple grand. So if you guys are feeling a little bit nervous, I totally get it. I totally get it, truly. That's the reason why, friends, I created a community for everyone who has a dream of starting their own restaurant. So then that way it becomes faster, it becomes easier, and on top of that, it becomes way less riskier for you. Now, for those of you who are interested in this community, is it okay if I just take a moment, talk about and share with you about this community, and then afterwards we are gonna go live Q&A. Is that okay with you guys? Cool stuff, cool stuff. Thank you guys. And by the way, guys, To be a member of the community that we're going to be talking about, there is a fee that you're going to be paying. So our community is definitely not for everyone. And I'm just being super upfront with you because starting a restaurant is not cheap. No. And to be a member of a community is not going to be cheap either. So if you don't have at least a few $1,000s ready to go, and if you're not that serious about your restaurant idea, guys, I hope you enjoyed the value that I delivered. You can drop off here, guys. Really, truly. No hard feelings whatsoever, because what I'm sharing with you is not going to be able to help you out, okay? Or if you're only here for the free information and if you're ready to leave, you feel like you've gained a ton of value, completely fine. You can do that. I just want to make sure that you are ready for this, okay? No hard feelings whatsoever. All right, now that is out of the way, let's talk about the Profitable Restaurant Owners Academy, guys. I call this Pro Academy for short. We have hundreds of students through this. This Pro Academy, guys, is a private community by restaurant owners for restaurant owners. So instead of you trying to do this on your own and literally take years for you to be franchise ready, we want you to get there in record time. Now, before we get into the benefits of being a member, why do we even exist? That is the question. Well, as you probably know, there are successful restaurant owners out there, but there's also 90% of the people who start barely get into the industry. What is one of the biggest issues, guys? What is one of the biggest issues? Well, as a restaurant owners, guys, especially if you're not from the industry, where do you go for help? Where do you go for help right now? Let me know in the chat. Literally, you'd be going to Google, you're going to be YouTube. We can try to talk to people, ask them for advice. But it's very clear, guys, for most of us, we have nowhere to go. Because that's how I started. I had nowhere to go. I just want to learn. I just want to, you know what? Give me the blueprint and I'll follow it. That's the reason why we're here, to change the industry. That's the reason why I'm doing this. The Pro Academy mission is super simple, guys. We are a community designed to help you create the biggest customer base and the best customer experience for your food concept. We're here to help you be the most profitable, to be multiple location ready, franchise ready in 12 to 18 months. Now, how do we do this? Let's go over it. So there are a few core components of the Pro Academy. First up, it is the core training. Guys, in order for you to be successful, you need more than just good food and good marketing. Definitely, guys. And that's the reason why I've packaged more than 20,000 hours of my experience in this industry, laid everything out for you in a step-by-step manual, guys, truly. So every detail of what you need to do and when to do it is franchise ready, laid out for you. Guys, I'm talking about menu creation guidelines, bank application, business license, permits, lease agreements, inspection paperwork, tax forms, payroll forms, menu design, hiring, training, scheduling, negotiation, equipment, everything in between. Does not matter what your restaurant concept is. Guys, you follow this to a T and it's going to save you so much time and painful mistakes. I created this really honestly for myself, for my clients, because we open 7 locations. We take what we learn from one location to the next, to the next, to the next. So then that way it becomes easy for us to replicate that location over and over again. Now, to give you guys a sense of what the modules cover, let's do a quick walkthrough so you get the experience of what it's like. Is that something you would want to see? Cool stuff. Okay, so when you become a member of Pro Academy, you're going to receive the following training, okay? We have dozens and dozens of hours of training going through everything you can possibly think of when running a business. And that's the reason why you have such a big unfair advantage when you're a member of the Pro. This is an investment that you get lifetime access to. And guys, I'm constantly adding new modules to this, new updates that are happening as the market evolve. So at whichever stage you are in your business, what do? You simply come back up to this. You open up the training video and you watch it. When you want to create a team, you go to module 5, create a all-star team using culture that attracts talents. Guys, hiring is a huge issue right now. Then you would click on here and you're going to find out how we hire people. Most of these training modules are designed so then that way we get to the point fast, okay? I know as restaurant owners, we don't have time, but we need concise, clear, and effective information. And that's how we created everything and laid everything out for you. This training comes with templates, checklists, and all the tools that you need to use in your restaurant. Then, when you're ready for the next stage, let's say if you're done hiring, then we come back to the training. We go back to building a loyal fan base. We go back to getting free press. So this is a very powerful tool that you get to lean back on in any stage of your restaurant. Does that make any sense? Yeah? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so you might be thinking, guys, Wilson, great example with your ice cream shop, but what I do is very different. Well, the thing is, food might be different, but how you run the business is exactly the same. The business fundamental is the same. Aside from how you prepare the food and the suppliers and the equipment that you might need, all the business fundamentals of what I teach, you're going to be able to copy and paste into your own business. I know because I consult for multiple different businesses and I know it works for them. So with the Pro Academy, guys, I want to show you what is possible. Look at BK. He walked into the program and he runs 3 different businesses himself. And in his own words, I was expecting a thorough teaching of the basics of starting a restaurant from scratch. I got that, and alongside unexpected crash course on actually being a real entrepreneur. Not only was I able to learn how to start a restaurant, I was able to apply the principles of the teaching across my other lines of business. Guys, I should charge this guy triple the amount. He's taking what I'm learning and applying it to other of his business. How dare him? I also want to share with you another student of mine, Lone. Okay, I love Lone because Lone is a real estate agent who's also in the process of creating a new restaurant business. Now, I like her because when she was doing her research and finding a location, she really struggled to understand, you know what, whether the location is profitable or not. So what did she do? She joined Pro Academy. She went through module 4, which is all about the business numbers. She was able to confidently in her ability to read P&L statements. Guys, I'm not some math whiz guy. No, I pick out what is important for you to understand and make decisions. That's the only thing that I'm doing, because in the P&L, profit and loss statement, there are so many different numbers. It scares me. But we point out the specific numbers that you focus on to see whether the location is going to make money or not. She even said, "You're one of the best things that have happened to me this year." And I'm thankful we crossed paths. Now, you can also be like one of my other students. And more, she says, because of the knowledge I got from Wilson, I was confident to negotiate our lease. Landlord was able to give us a month and a half of free rent, in addition to what she was getting already, possibly extending it for another month. I really recommend Pro Academy, guys. Truly, I want you to get the same results. Because when you join Pro Academy, it is not just another online course. No, it is a program that you're going to be able to equip yourself to become a real business owner, an entrepreneur. That's what I want to help you develop the skill for. That's my expertise. I want you to be a real business owner. Because guys, your network is your net worth. Now, that's the reason why you're going to be super happy to know that as a member of the Pro Academy, you'll not only have the core training, you're going to also be part of this private network of food business owners called the Secret Foodie Society. So we cover the core training of the Pro Academy. This is all about the community. So what do I mean by that? When you're part of the Secret Foodie Society, guys, you can now instantly connect with dozens and guys, soon to be hundreds of restaurant owners across North America. This is all within a few taps of your phone. This is access. So whenever you have a question, issues, if you want to know what other people who are more profitable, bigger restaurants, what are they doing? What are some of their solutions? Well, guess what, guys? All you need to do, drop a text in the group and you're going to get the insights you won't find anywhere else online. How many people would agree that this is actually pretty cool, pretty helpful, pretty valuable? Yeah. This is my favorite part of the program, guys. And look, if you need me at any time, this is also where I hang out, okay? Because I am committed to my team. I'm committed to my students. They don't need to pay me $1,000 an hour for my advice for restaurant owners. They basically don't need to pay me the rates that I charge when I consult for public companies. But when you are a member, you get to find me in the community. And that is the only area that I can give you free advice, because that's my commitment to you. This is where I am on a weekly basis. So you, instead of paying me $1,000 an hour, leaving a comment on my YouTube, amongst hundreds of other comments, hoping that I get back to you, and most likely I won't because I just don't have the time. What if all you do, hop into this program, hop into this community, text me in our group, and get the advice you need? That's pretty cool. And I hope that if you've stayed until this point, you can see value in that. Yeah. Now, on top of the core training, you also get access to our private community. And on top of that, monthly coaching call with me and the founding members as well. This is where I get on a private coaching call with you guys. Make sure you guys are moving forward in the right direction. Make sure everything you learn in the core training can be tailored to your business and in your city. So why is this important, Wilson? Why is this important? Well, it's because I don't want this to be like a gym membership. I don't want this to be something that you're like, hey, this sounds so good, let's invest in it and hope for a transformation in your life. But you let life get in the way. Like, it's so silly. We don't want that. I myself don't want that. So on these group coaching calls, it is literally the closest thing of me standing at your restaurant, listening to you talk about what's going on, how to move forward, and giving you the consultation to give you the confidence to make the right decision in your business. Because it really doesn't matter which part you are stuck at in your restaurant. Because remember, guys, I've built multiple locations, hired hundreds of people, packaged and sold my products through supermarkets, raised money from investors, financed deals myself, franchised the whole business, sold the whole franchise, and everything in between. Consulted for public and consulting for public companies. So whatever you guys are going through, guys, no problem. I am in your corner and will make sure you're growing your restaurant properly. That's my commitment to all my students. So you may be asking, Wilson, now I love what you're doing. I love what you're selling. What is the tuition to be part of the Pro Academy? Well, even though with all the coaching you receive at my normal rate of $1,000 an hour, guys, you can easily pay up to $50,000 for this kind of attention, okay? Or if you want to buy a system like you're getting in the Pro Academy, like a franchise, minimum $30,000, minimum. Just the one section on loan, on negotiation, that itself is going to save you $10,000 minimum in rent. And quite frankly, guys, $10,000 is a great price for a program like this when we compare this to other institutional and other courses. With the help in this program, guys, anyone can easily earn this back in multiple. And that's the reason why I am super excited to offer this to you at a small one-time payment of $19.97. And the beautiful thing about this is that you get lifetime access. Because at the end of the day, I know it takes time to build a restaurant, which is the reason why I'll keep updating it. And this is something that you get for a lifetime. If smaller payment works for you and that's better for you, then you can also enroll that. Simply click on the link on the screen to get to our enrollment page, or type in bit.ly/pro enroll to get enrolled right now. Guys, we're getting a lot of DMs about this. Let me go in a little bit deeper as to what is entailed. Guys, so even if you're at a job right now, you want to start your restaurant in the next 6 to 18 months, that is fine, guys. I highly recommend you guys go through the training first, because you need to learn how to do it right. Jump on the call so I can review your plan together with you. And if we get your plan solidified, your financing in place, this is going to be such a smooth transition to your dream restaurant. Doesn't that sound so much better than you just quitting your job, putting your family at risk, and doing everything on your own, hoping to figure it out? That's a lot of risk, friends. That is a lot of risk. And that's the reason why this becomes a no-brainer for you guys. To get instant access, all you have to do, click on the link on the screen. You're going to be asked to enter your credit card information, fill in your details, and right after you pay, you get an email notification with the login details, and you get the training right away. In another email, you're going to get the private invitation to our upcoming group coaching call and our community. That's where we get to hang out. Now, if you're on the fence, I totally get it. I also want to give you some extra resources that's really going to tip the scale. And trust me, you're going to want these, guys, okay? On top of the ACE formula, access to the private network, coaching call, direct access to me. You also get the ultimate restaurant marketing stack checklist. What is this madness? Well, check this out, friends. Here's a few examples of my business getting featured in the news. And by the way, guys, this is all free publicity at all the major media outlet in Vancouver. It's crazy. When you use this checklist that I created, you too can get featured in the local news, publication, whatever you guys want. Best of all of this for free. A publication that you pay for with Dish is $2,000. Right here is $8,000 worth of media exposure. Guys, I got all of this for free. There's a reason, because you just need to know how they work. And this is something that I share with you in our community. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably are used to paying thousands of dollars to get media coverage, but I'm showing you guys how to do the same without spending a single dollar. Now, I know people would easily pay at least $1,000 for a deep dive training like this, but I'm giving you this training free of charge with your membership in Pro. That's my commitment to you, because I want to make sure you get the most value, okay? This is what you get as a bonus. This bonus alone, you're going to be able to make back your investment. Really, truly. Now, not only are you going to get the ultimate restaurant marketing stack checklist, guys, by enrolling today, you're also going to get my elite restaurant playbook, guys. Almost every week in the past year, I invest a lot of my time to build up my network with other successful restaurant owners. And that's the reason why you see me interviewing a lot of them. Why is that the case? Why do I want to talk to other owners? Well, it is because I always am doing everything that I can to invest in my own learnings as well. I'm not just preaching this, guys. I'm truly sharing with you what I do, how I do it, so you can actually get the same results. And honestly, there's no better way to learn than to learn from people that you look up to, that you want to model. So in the process of meeting these successful restaurant owners, I interview a lot of them. And soon I realized there was something. I noticed that people, even though they didn't know each other, there were same strategies that they share. Okay, it's really weird. There's a pattern. So instead of you trying to guess what is right, what is wrong, you're also going to get access to the survey results gathered from hundreds of top-tiered restaurant owners. Guys, this is going to ensure that you're going to learn from the best of the best. From this bonus, you're going to get to not just absorb my own experience, but the experience of a ton of other top-tiered restaurant owners that are already in the restaurant industry for years. Now, from the moment and the amount of time that I put in to find, meet, and learn from these restaurant owners, I would feel super cheated if I charged anything less than $9.97 just for this resource, because of my time, the energy to hunt them down. And this is something that I might actually charge as a outside playbook later on for $9.97. Now with that being said, guys, there's no point of me hogging these industry secrets to myself, and that's the reason why I'm also including it into this program to share with you guys. As you know, I share a lot of information, value driven stuff for you. Now, not only this, but I'm also going to give you a third bonus. Jesus, I feel like Christmas came early. What's going on? It's another checklist that I want to share with you called the Ultimate Cost Saving Master Plan for Restaurant Owners. Well, there's a few areas in your business that you should never ever cheap out on. I learned the hard way, friends. For example, cost to keep your food quality high or your branding. These are things that you don't want to cheap out on. But there are also a lot of areas that restaurant owners, specifically the new ones, waste money, but you never get a return on. How do I know this? Because I personally wasted tens of thousands of dollars blowing money on things that I just don't need. Literally $20,000, $30,000 that I just bought something that I'm like never used. Super silly, guys. I see a lot of restaurant owners do the exact same thing, and the reason is because there's just no one telling us how much things should be and how much things should cost in the restaurant business. So that's the reason why I created this guide to help you avoid these costly mistakes. In this bonus resource, guys, you get a deep breakdown of what you should be paying for different parts of your business. So then that way you don't need to go over budget all the time, overpay for things that only new beginner restaurant owners make. This checklist, guys, I'm going to tell you exactly what you know and how much to pay for equipment, fees, marketing, whatsoever, okay? So instead of you paying for these crazy things, you get to save the money to pay the bills, take care of your kids, buy whatever you guys want to buy. This guide literally will save you thousands of dollars, and on top of that, it's going to add up to a lot of savings over the next decade. So definitely a really, really powerful resource if you ask me. So to recap, friends, when you join Pro Academy, you're going to receive the training, the community, the monthly coaching call, the 3 checklists, and to be part of Pro. And make sure you guys set yourself up to proper success in your restaurant business. So if you want to do that, click on the link on your screen. Guys, quite frankly, if you're serious about running a restaurant business, I really hope you see value of being a part of a program like this. Truly. Honestly, this would not make any difference in my life, whether you enroll or not, because if all Pro Academy did was to help you get one successful promotional campaign, guys, just think about it. One successful restaurant campaign, you could already recoup the investment into this program. Literally, it would change your life, not mine. And my guess is that you're just not going to be doing one promotional campaign. No, you're going to be copying all the campaigns that I do, that I laid out for you inside the Pro Academy. And if all I did was to help you negotiate 1 free month of rent, how much is that worth to you? Think about that. You're going to be able to recoup the investment into this program as well. Is that true or false? Think about that. True for a majority of the restaurant locations out there. And that's the reason why this is not a cost itself, guys. No, this is a way for you to create more success and freedom as a restaurant owner. This is an investment in your own future. So if you guys are ready to enroll, go ahead into the link and enroll at Pro Enroll. At this point in time, I know some of you guys are thinking, well, you know what, Wilson, I'm just going to invest later. I love you. I love the value you drop. I'm going to invest in later. But we all know the truth. How many times have you said, you know what, I'll do it later, but later becomes never. The reality is, if you want to own your restaurant in the next year, in the next 2 years, you want to start right now, because no business is an overnight success. No, even though you will have all the right strategies, guys, you still need to take time to find the perfect location, find the right location, get the right menu, negotiate the right terms, learn the process. All of this takes time, but the time to act is now. And for those of you who are sick and tired of pushing your dreams backwards, guys, I want to reward you. Guys, if you enroll in Pro Academy right now before the masterclass is over, not only are you going to get everything that you see here, okay? The course, the bonuses, the community, the coaching calls. I'm going to reward you with the first year of business survival ebook. Guys, I wrote this short book of 10 things that I've learned from the first year of me running a restaurant business, guys. This includes the mistakes, the lessons, and things that I wish I had. Honestly, I've written this book not for you, but for myself. It is a playbook for myself. So truly, these are things that are close and personal to me. And that it would literally make a difference in your business journey. It is not a perfect resource for you, but if you're just someone who's starting out, this is going to be super helpful. Not only that, I'm also going to be sharing with you the acquisition of 720 Suites playbook. I get this asked a lot, and the reason once again I wrote this as well is because I want to make sure that I document what I have learned and how I was able to achieve the results that I was able to achieve. It's a case study of all the strategy that I use to grow my ice cream shop into a 7-store international chain. So if you're interested in expanding your restaurant and eventually selling it, guys, this playbook has it all. You're not going to be able to find this anywhere else because no one has ever done something like this. I put my heart into writing these 2 extra bonuses, not for you, but for myself. And you get to see this. These 2 bonuses, guys, will help you shortcut your journey, make it even faster for you, make you a stronger restaurant owner. So if you decide the Pro Academy is right for you, and if you want to get me to mentor you on every single step of your journey, guys, what do? You click on the link, you enroll now, you're going to be able to get access to both of these fast action bonuses. And they are worth an additional $13.94 on top of all the other bonuses. You get to get them for free. So what do? Click on the link. Now, when you're a Pro member, we are your business family, guys, and we have this no man, no woman left behind motto. What does that mean? That means no matter what stage you are in your journey, we're here to help you get to the next stage even faster. So as long as you're willing to do the work, to take the action on my advice, the community's help, if you don't get the results that you want, that's on me. And if I fail to help you grow, even after you actually put in the work, then I don't deserve your money, okay? You keep the bonuses and you get every single dollar back. However, you must do the work. Because if you're not willing to help yourself, I can't help you. So if you do the work, if you don't get results, 100% risk-free guarantee back to you. Okay? That's my guarantee to you. Why do I even care about getting you results? Well, to be honest with you guys, first of all, I need to sleep well at night. I have 2 babies coming, or I have another baby coming. I want to make sure that I'm a role model for them. I want them to see me proud. Now, beyond that, I also see a huge opportunity right now. Restaurant industry, guys, is the most fragmented industry ever. I think that's part of the reason why so many people struggle in it, because there is no one leader that you can look up to, that you can learn from. And I want to change that. I want to become that leader for you. I want to build the strongest community of restaurant owners. I want to help 1,000 restaurant owners reach success. Build the most exclusive high-end community of restaurant owners in North America. So when you're part of our community, I want you to be able to fly anywhere in North America, have friends in that area who's also a restaurant owner, who you can visit, get treated, get good food, get good service. I want you to be recognized as one of the top leaders in our industry. Guys, I'd love for you to be part of this community with me. And how do you do that? Click on the link. Join us. Join the rest of us who are already inside. Join the rest of us who are already enrolled. We got to wrap this up, guys. Got to go home for my wife, for my daughter, congratulations for everyone who's now a new member. We're seeing some sales come through. Thank you. I look forward to meeting with you guys, build a lifelong relationship with you. I'm super excited for this new chapter of your life as a Pro Academy member. Now, if you're still on the fence, it is okay. I believe our community can help the most. If you either already have a location in mind, getting it, or have a location that you already own. In other words, guys, you already know you're doing this with or without my help. You just want to hit your goals faster, reach your highest potential, and make fewer mistakes along the way. Or if you are willing to put in a year or just 2 years of hard work to have less stress in the future. Or if you have a collaborative attitude, a coachable attitude, you're willing to put in the work, be surrounded amongst an elite network of restaurant entrepreneurs that share similar values, similar mindset. Or if you like the idea of having industry professionals like myself look over your shoulder, make sure you're on the right track. Or you just want to be able to live your best life. Have a better, more successful restaurant career. And you can't stand the idea of continue doing what you're doing right now, sitting duck, going online, not having a clue on how to do and navigate this crazy sea. Or if you got a dream that, you know what, you feel like you may not have the restaurant experience or the connections or no other place to turn to for advice that you can trust. If you are one of the above, guys, you're gonna appreciate and find a ton of value in our community, truly. So if that's what you want to achieve, guys, just take action, enroll into the Pro Academy, join us and the rest of the community. Now I've got some extra time. I want to stay on, see if I can answer all your questions right now. Thank you guys so much for staying until now. I truly appreciate you guys. Whether you guys enroll or not, you guys are still part of the family. For those that enroll, you guys are the elite family, and I'm super, super excited to help you guys along the way. So, let's go. Klaus, how do you set up surveys? Guys, set up surveys is super easy. We have templates within our program. All you have to do, click on the templates. The survey is done for you. Take that survey, give it to people around your area, and you're good to go. Malcolm, do you think a food court is too much competition? Food court is where competition or your customers are congregated. So what do you need to do? Do proper market research, so then that way you can stand out from the crowd in the food court area. So I believe food court is a great idea. You just need to know what you're doing. It is a dog eat dog world out there. If you do not know how, then that means you're in trouble. Samantha, what would be a good location? Samantha, look into the 12-point checklist that I have. And on top of that, we also have a specific module within our program that walks you through specifically how to find the right location. What is the right seating plan that you need? That's something that a lot of people miss, is the seating plan. How many seats should you have? How much should you account for your average order value? How do you make sure that you set the right menu in order for you to be profitable? How much do you need to make on a monthly basis? These are things that you need to account for when it comes down to a location. Devin, can you go over how to acquire funding? Acquiring funding means that people are investing in you to double, triple, quadruple their money. How are you going to be able to do that? You must know what you're doing. You must have a clear plan. If you don't have that, how do you expect other people to trust that you have the ability to do that? Which is the reason why when you go through our training, when you fill in all the worksheet, that itself is a huge business plan that you can bring to your investors, your family, your friends, your seed angel investors. Show them the plan, show them the work, show them you know your target market, show them you know about these marketing tactics, show them why you're setting your menu items that way, how come you're setting that pricing. Then when they see that you have been super thorough with everything that you've presented, how can they not trust that you have the ability to double, triple, quadruple their money. That's the only thing they care about as investors, is are you able to make them even more money? But as a new restaurant owner, a lot of things that people would want to know, you're not going to be able to provide. That's the reason why this program is so helpful for that. And that's quite frankly how we're able to raise $200,000. Literally, I share this in one of my interviews of me raising $200,000 for our ice cream shop, because that's what our partner is looking for. And I'm coming from a place of a funding receiver and a fund giver. I'm an angel investor myself. So I'm sharing with you from both sides of the table of how you must be able to make back or have a plan to make back other people's money. Otherwise, why would they invest in you? What does avatar mean? It means your ideal customers. You are creating a food item that serves a specific customer profile. Okay? You're solving a problem that someone has. Whether they want to have some healthy food that is a quick grab and go so they can go back to work, well, maybe then you can offer sushi burrito. That is something that would allow me to have something healthy, something quick grab and go, and something that I can eat on the go while I'm walking back to my office. That itself is a solution to someone's problem. Understanding your customer avatar allows you to set the right prices, to set the right marketing, to set the right messaging, prices, everything. All comes back down to your customer avatar of who you are serving. When you understand that, when you are able to profile them, when you know them inside out, that itself, friends, is the secret of having a successful restaurant, is when you understand your customer profile. Now, how do you find that out? We have a whole module, exercise, criteria sheet, that all you have to do is to take what we have prepared for you, fill in the blanks, and you're going to be able to find out who your target market is. What if you don't have a permanent location yet? Completely fine. This applies not just to a permanent location. What I'm sharing and what I'm teaching right now is business fundamental that applies to your food concept, specifically to food concept. Try dough. My boba location is mostly Americans and small a percentage of Asians. Do you think it's good to target Americans on bubble tea? This is a very culturally, I don't know. I don't know. And the reason why I don't know is because I don't know what area you're in, because at different locations, different Americans have different types of profile and different types of sophistication when it comes to understanding bubble tea or not. I'll give you an example. In Vancouver, a lot of Canadians, Caucasian Canadians, they know what bubble tea is because we have more bubble tea in Vancouver than 7-Elevens. It's crazy. Okay? This is part of our culture. So therefore, it's okay. It's okay to target Caucasians for bubble tea. So it really depends on whether you understand your customers or not. How can be rent-free? How can be rent-free? You need to make sure you learn how to negotiate with your tenants. And the reason why I can do that is because I myself own several properties. I'm a landlord myself. I know exactly what a landlord myself think of whenever I'm actually renting out my units, what I'm afraid of. And now I can take what I know and how I feel and apply it to when I apply for a location. Basically, when you know two parts of the table, that itself is so much insight because you understand what other people are thinking. And that's what I share. And that's how I'm able to get the free rent, is because I know how the landlords feel, because I'm a landlord myself. And I put this negotiating factor of like what other people do to me that works on me. So I share it with you. How do you find investors? friends, family, angel investors, networking events, people that love you, people, your customers, your customers that supports you are one of your best supporters. Okay, these are all areas of you being able to find investors. Serious question, Hannah. I know you have two programs, the $1,000 program and this one, the $2,000 program. Oh, wait a second. How do we know which one we are fit to? Well, the $2,000 program is specifically for restaurants. We share a lot more restaurant-specific knowledge that the $1,000 program called Foodiepreneur's Finest does not share. Okay? So if you're creating a food brand that is targeting specifically selling food online only, such as Instagram food, creating brands that are that you don't need a physical location, then yeah, your business model becomes a lot easier for you to handle with, which is the reason why that itself would be a good program to enroll in. However, if you're thinking about physical location, there are so many more moving parts, so much more involvement. Give you an example. Me starting a restaurant business, when we first started our ice cream shop, it costed us $100,000 to start that up. Now that was on the cheap side. The most expensive one costed us $300,000 to start a ice cream shop. Okay, that means we had $300,000 on the line in order for us to make back that money. Now, in comparison, that's talking about physical location. In comparison to that, we started an online Instagram brand selling bubble tea kit. That itself costed us less than $10,000 because the moving parts are less, commitments are less, everything is less. So when we compare the two programs, it is completely different nuance that we have, and each one of them has its own type of specific nuance that I would share with you. The pros, the cons, the mistakes, the criteria sheet, whatsoever. Great questions, guys. Where do I find machines for tea brewing for a tea shop? Guys, Google that. How can I find out? How do I know where you live? Which program would you recommend for a bakery pastry shop? Pro Academy by far, my friend. Pro Academy is one that would help you out in terms of identifying the price that you need to set, the amount of Pro Academy is the one. Okay. Where and how do you find cheap suppliers? That is something that I go over through my program as well when it comes to supplier choosing, because that's one of the major things that people face is like, hey, you know what? I want to start. How do I find my suppliers? There are so many ways to approach this, and I share with you in my program the multiple ways that you can do this. For one, a staff that has been in the industry, they know a lot of suppliers themselves. Okay, I'm sharing with you one as a bonus. Okay, basically when I go into an industry, I hire one of the top chefs or one of the top producers, key members within that specific industry, and I ask them, I pay them for a month, I pay them for consultation. I ask them, hey, you know what, locally, what and where do you find the best ingredients? And most of the time they know, because they do a lot of the orderings themselves. So this is a quick hack for me to find out what supplier chains would there be, and on top of that, don't want to spoil the beans too much or spill the beans too much. But yeah, that is one of the hacks. Kenny, when should I consider leaving my full-time job in order to focus on my business if starting it on the side? You should consider leaving your full-time job after you are completely up to the neck swamped. Okay? You would want to hang on to your full-time job for as long as possible, because it takes time to build your business. It takes time to come up with a marketing plan. It takes time for the branding and everything to come about. It takes time for all these things. So you take your time as much as you can, because you are getting cash flow in. What did I say? What did I share? The biggest reason why businesses fail is because of the lack of cash flow. If you don't have cash flow, that itself is your bloodline. So kickstart your business as much as you can with your full-time job. Giuliano, my ultimate goal is to franchise my business. So when I create menu, do I have to choose easy items so in the future team training will be done fast? We talk about how to choose the menu item. When it comes to menu item design, there's a specific art to this. You do not just put random items on the menu just because of operationally it is easy to make. No, we don't do that. We put menu item on the menu to make money, guys. You want to put money, okay? Menu that makes you money. How do you do that? You need to identify 4 different types of menu items. You need to identify your cash cow. You need to identify your decoy cows. You need to identify your alternative items, your complementary items. Each one of them serves a very specific purpose. When you go to a restaurant, if they know what they're doing, they cap their menu item to 7 to 10. Specifically, how to engineer the menu items, you need to make sure you follow the process and the templates that we have within our program. That's what we pay engineers to do for us. And we take the learnings and we share it back with you guys. Jason, how to deal with the rising cost of inflation when it comes to food sourcing? It is all about the pricing. You need to make sure, and by the way, great question, Jason. I love this question so much because inflation is a real thing. It's going to continue to happen. Cost of goods is going to continue to rise. So if you are not paying attention to your math, to your numbers, you are going to lose. If you do not bake in your profitability into your pricing, you're going to lose. So you must be able to bake in your profits into your menu pricing right from the get-go. And it's a fine line and a fine balance between dancing between always increasing the price to being able to increase it once in half a year term. So in that way, your customers won't get too upset. Would you do a stamp card promotion? AAC. Stamp card promotions are cool. I do them. But there are different ways of loyalty programs that you can incorporate into your business as well. Gamification is huge when it comes to loyalties. Think about McDonald's and their monopoly deal, right? At the same time, you don't want to make it too complicated that your customers don't know what to do. How do we know if they come back 3 times? Well, once again, there are loyalty programs that are out there that allows you to track them when they come back. And we get their phone numbers, we get their emails, and we market to them through social media. There are so many different ways that we can find out how many times they have arrived. Is this suitable for US or is it relevant for Canada? No. This program is available and is suitable for worldwide. I just shared with you guys that our location is in Beijing, Australia, Philippines, Montreal, around the world. Because what I'm sharing with you guys are not location specific. What I'm sharing with you guys are business fundamentals, human psychology. People don't change. We are creatures of habit. Once again, we're creatures of habit. How do you win? You just need to know where the puck is going to be. That's how you win. How do you know? Because we are creatures of habit. Do you tell people how to get funding if they don't have it? I share with you how you can generate funding, but I cannot tell you to go to this specific place in order for you to get 100 grand. I don't know how to do that, but I can share with you how I do it. There are multiple ways for you to get funding, okay? And that's something that I share with you guys as well. Any tips on food business starting as a ghost kitchen? Was thinking about building a sales track record and traction before collaborating with cafes. Guys, final question before we wrap up at 7 p.m., okay? Any tips of food business starting as a ghost kitchen? Was thinking about building sales track record and attraction before collaborating with cafes and establishing a physical restaurant. Lucy, great question when it comes to starting a ghost kitchen. It truly comes back down to your branding, comes back down to your logistics, and really coming back down to product market fit. I consult for multiple different ghost kitchen brands, and the biggest hurdle that they have is not being able to find product market fit. Okay, so for you need to find product market fit. You need to make sure that you solve a problem in the marketplace, and you need to make sure you have proper branding, because at the end of the day, people don't get to come in to your restaurant to experience your brand. So what do you rely on? You rely on your online presence. You rely on your branding. You rely on your storytelling. And this is something that we share. This is something that we teach. How do you do that? Through our program. If we do everything right, how much profit can one generally expect? We are talking about, for food industry, anywhere from 10 to 15% profit margin is a decent margin. For us, ice cream shop, and for my bubble tea place, it's really, really hard to say, because I have been doing it for many, many years. Our ice cream shop was able to make back our money in 4 months, our investment. Okay, so I'm talking about profits right off the bat within the first year. Some of my students, 9 months to 12 months, they make back their profits. Others typically are able to get back their money in 2-3 years. So it really depends on the industry you're in, depends on your startup income, startup investment, and it really depends on whether you actually follow through with the strategies that I lay out for you. So many people come into this industry blind. They expect to be able to conquer the business world, thinking the fact that, hey, I have great food, therefore I must be successful. That is a big no-no. People go to school for 8 years just to become a freaking doctor. How do you become a business professional just by you having good food? It just makes no sense. Of course you need some training. Of course you need to invest in yourself. I don't understand why people don't get that. It's outrageous. Which is the reason why I invest in myself all the time. It's a motto of mine. Last year I paid $30,000 just to invest in my own education to become a better business owner. Guys, you need to invest in yourself and be coachable, because there are people who has been there, who's done that, and if you vibe with them, if you believe they can provide value, those are the people that you want to invest in. It's okay if you don't want to invest in me. Quite frankly, it's not going to change my life. I've been doing this for years. Look at my track record, look at my YouTube. For years, I've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I share the same type of value that I'm sharing. Hey, if we match up, great. It's okay. If not, it is completely fine as well. But you, on the other hand, listening, you must invest in your own future. Whether it is going to a culinary school, upgrading yourself, whether it is enrolling in our program, whether it is going back to school, whatever the case may be, invest in yourself. Because no one else can help you aside from yourself. And at the end of the day, I want to leave you guys off with this, okay? Learning is great. Learning is great. I love learning. But when it comes down to it, if you do not put what you learn into action, you will never ever be able to make it, friends. You have to do what you say. You have to take action. You have to take it one step at a time. You have to commit. You cannot continue to procrastinate. Have this idea in the back of your mind month after month after month, year after year after year, without committing. Because how many stars need to align for you to take that plunge? How much more excuses do you need to give yourself before you're willing to take action of your life? Guys, I'll share with you how I jumped into the business world, okay? When I first graduated, I felt like I was a smart cookie. I truly did. I worked at this telecommunication company, and I was one of their top sales. 21-year-old or so. I was making around like I was making good money, really good money for that time, bringing home thousands of dollars every single month. And at that time, I'm like, holy man, if I continue to do this, I can do this for the rest of my life. And that's the reason why I was stuck there for 2 to 3 years. But then later to realize that, you know what? If I never take action, if I never really chase after my dreams, I'm going to be continuing to stuck myself here in this little bubble of mine. Making 5% raises every year, not being able to really put what I think I'm good at to test. And I'll be stuck. I'll be living with regret. And that's the reason why I had this rage quit moment. I quit. I jumped into doing business. And within the first year, I was able to make back what I earned. Because I know for a fact that I can always go back to the telecommunication company and they will always hire me again. But the opportunity to actually do something for myself is not always going to be there. The opportunity might shift, might change. Circumstances might be different. And if you tell me to do it right now when I have a family, when I have 2 kids, it'll be much harder. I gotta admit to you guys, it is much harder. So I do empathize with some of you guys that have these kind of obligations. But still, it does not get any easier moving forward. It does not get any easier. So if you want someone in your corner to help you guys out, I might be your guy. Hey, give it a try. You have nothing to lose, right? So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this presentation. You guys enrolling or not, I really hope that you find value in this. Continue to be the best version of yourselves. And if you guys want to, go into the link, join the rest of us in the Pro Academy. I'm super, super grateful for you guys. Quite, like, honestly, really, really grateful for you guys because you guys didn't need to spend the time with me here. And if you guys stayed until the end, thank you. I appreciate you guys. And welcome, guys. Welcome to all my new students. Super excited to see you guys in here. Help you guys grow your restaurant business. And for those of you guys who are not sure, I want you to know I'm here to support you. I'm not going to leave you guys with a bunch of videos, leave off. And that's the reason why I'm going to make it super easy. When you have someone who can help you shortcut your success, okay? We're going to be inside the Secret Foodie Society, supporting each other, and I promise you guys it will be worth it. Reach out if you guys have questions. If not, I'm going to email you guys a replay. I'm going to email you guys some more information in the next coming days, okay? So, again, thank you for your time, and I will see you guys on the inside. Much love, friends. See you.